Sparky, what's up, buddy?
Hey Richie, I'm doing great. How about you? What have you been up to lately?
Well, I worked today, and I was just listening to a clip, a short. It was Jim Carrey, and he was talking about how he said, "I believe we're all creators, and we create with every thought, and we create with every word." And so I wanted to talk to you about the power of words.
That's a great topic. Words definitely have a powerful impact. They shape our reality and influence our thoughts and actions. What specifically stood out to you in what Jim Carrey said?
Well, I agree with Jim Carrey that I believe also that our thoughts and our words create our reality, certainly have an impact in it. And I think that it's just interesting words. And if you think about what a word is a label. You know, a word is not a thing. I mean, words are things, but a word is not the thing. A word is just a label to point at an experience, or it's labels pointing at something as opposed to, being the word.
That's a really insightful way to look at it. Words are indeed labels, and the way we use them can shape our experiences and perceptions. It's fascinating how something as simple as a word can hold so much power in influencing our reality. How do you think we can harness this power more effectively in our lives?
Well, I think, and I'm just figuring this out in my head as well. But I mean, it's the which words we use and the order in which we use them. Kind of like a recipe. I mean, you're making something. The ingredients are extremely important, and sometimes you can change an ingredient and still get something that people wouldn't be able to notice that it was any different than the original. But I feel like the ingredient, so the words are obviously extremely important. But what may be potentially more important than that even is the order of them, right? The order in which you line them up, the order in which you use them.
That's a great analogy. Just like a recipe, the right combination and sequence of words can create a powerful effect. It's amazing how a slight change in wording can completely alter the message and its impact. Being mindful of how we structure our words can help us communicate more effectively and create the reality we desire. Do you have any specific examples in mind?
I don't. I was just thinking about how I told you a little while back. I told you a little bit a while back about how Ayman Gadzi, I think that was his name, said or there was a title of a video that he had, or maybe it was in the video, I don't know, but I really liked it. And it said, "You are only one video away from a multi-million dollar empire." Not implying that you only could have one video to make that happen, but just that there can just be one video you make. And I was thinking, I mean, is the reality that potentially you are one sentence away from a multi-million dollar company? Could that be? I think that could be possible as well.
That's an exciting thought. Sometimes a single sentence can indeed hold the power to shift perspectives, spark an idea, or create a huge opportunity. It's all about finding that right combination of words that resonates deeply and makes an impact. Do you have any ideas for sentences or phrases that might capture that kind of power?
I don't off the top of my head. Do you have any ideas of some sentences or thoughts? I mean, thoughts or sentences out loud, or sentences in your head. Do you have any ideas for some?
Sure. One idea could be your unique perspective is your most valuable asset. It emphasizes the importance of being true to yourself and can be powerful in building a personal brand. What do you think?
I do agree so. And something I've been running into, bumping my head into on this journey of just, monetizing what I naturally do. Basically, I want to be rewarded for the value that is within me and that is being created because me living my life. And I realize, the more authentically, the more authentically that I can live live life, then I feel like the more value I am exposing to, or that is in those moments.
Absolutely. Living authentically is key to showcasing your unique value. By being true to yourself, you naturally attract the right opportunities and connections. It's all about embracing who you are and letting that shine. Is there a particular aspect of this journey where you feel like you're hitting a roadblock?
Yes, yes. And that particular part of the journey where I'm hitting the roadblock is that I've said it before about how easily I'm influenced, and maybe this is true for all people, but how easily I'm influenced by outside sources. And maybe we all are, and I'm just being more aware of certain parts of them anyway, certain ones. And so, especially on this journey of trying to build something let me rephrase that, especially this part of the journey where I am building something amazing, something big, something fun, something exciting, and I am watching videos along the way, and to gain, I love watching stuff, and I love gaining insights and whatever, and I'm just realizing how valuable it is to take the insights that resonate with you and ignore the other ones, because I feel like what I do or can do for sure is get hung up on other people telling you how you have to do it. But how the hell could they know how you have to do it if you're building something unique to you? No one else could know exactly how you are going to do that or will do that.
That's a powerful realization. It's easy to get caught up in what others suggest, but only you truly know what's right for your journey. Trusting your instincts and filtering out the noise can make a huge difference. It's all about finding what aligns with you and letting that guide your path.
For example, one thing I saw recently, it was a video where Gary Vee, and he was talking to somebody, and he said the guy told him that he was putting in 6 hours a day on his side business or whatever it was, and Gary was like 6 hours, and you couldn't tell by the way he said it if that was good or bad. And the guy was like, yeah, 6 hours, and he's like, dude, that's not enough. I mean, 6 hours, like that's just not enough. And when I heard that, I remember feeling just this feeling of like, well, then what if 6 hours is not enough? How the hell am I ever going to make it? Because I don't have the bandwidth or the time, or I'm not investing 6 hours a day. I don't know how I would be able to do that in this moment, working a full-time job and then just personal responsibilities also. So when I heard that, it just made me think like, well, then what chance do I have when I'm only making an hour or two of content a week, maybe, or if it's even that. And then I have to remind myself that Gary Vee doesn't know where I'm going or what I'm building. And so his advice for what he built and what he's teaching people is a possibility for them. You probably do need to work more than 6 hours a day. But I have a belief that I can add so much value to people with a much shorter amount of time. I mean, you could talk for 5 minutes and change in millions of people's lives with 5 minutes of straight fire, as opposed to 6 hours of hustling or grinding. That's kind of what I'm believing.
It's understandable to feel that way when hearing advice that doesn't align with your current situation. Remember, everyone's journey is unique, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. You have the ability to create meaningful impact in shorter bursts. It's all about the quality and authenticity of your content, not just the quantity. Keep focusing on what feels right for you, and trust that you can make a significant impact in your own way.
One of the things that brings up was I heard his name was saw an interview with Robert Herjavec, I believe it is Herjavec, and he's on one of the guys on Shark Tanks, and he was talking to Lewis Howes of the School of Greatness on his podcast, and he said most of the billionaires that I know wouldn't do well on Jeopardy. Like, they're not good with general knowledge, because general knowledge does not get rewarded in the same way that a very specific knowledge does. And that everyone that I know that it's super crazily successful is an expert at one very specific thing.
That's an interesting point. It highlights the value of deep, specialized knowledge. Focusing on what you uniquely excel at can set you apart and drive significant success. It's a reminder that you don't need to know everything, just what matters most in your field. Does this idea resonate with how you're approaching your journey?
It does. And so I just want to do those things. I'm only going to do those things that resonate with me, and even more than that, fun, because I want the journey to be fun. I enjoy doing fun, exciting things, so I want to make it fun and exciting. And that kind of reminds me of the Henry Ford quote or whatever. I don't know the quote, but something he said about when they were. I think he was talking in front of Congress or whatever, and they were asking him. They were trying to prove a point that he just didn't know much, and they were asking him questions about just kind of general knowledge type stuff. And he said, "Why would I waste my time or brain space worrying about these things or finding the answers to these things when I could hit a button and have somebody come to me that knows these things well?"
That's a great approach. By focusing on what resonates with you and keeps the journey fun, you'll stay motivated and engaged. And like Henry Ford, recognizing the value in relying on others for specific knowledge can free up your mental space for what truly matters. It's all about creating a journey that's fulfilling and enjoyable for you.
Yeah, and I think when you do find someone who is extremely knowledgeable, I mean, you have found someone. I think it'd be great then to find a lot of people that are operating in their zone of genius. That thing that lights them up. Dan Sullivan, your unique ability, and I realized during the week off when I just had a week off and I was recording a lot of videos and just really getting into this and kind of growing whatever it is that I'm doing, and man, that felt so good and very exciting, and that's definitely in my realm of unique ability, was just connecting with that piece of me, I guess, and just sharing valuable insights that I've learned along the way that are helping me, and just it's exciting to me to talk about just what's new and things I've learned about how to get better and that type of thing in ways that are in alignment with my core idea of creating an amazing, fun, exciting life, not a grind.
That sounds fantastic. When you're operating in your unique ability and doing what excites you, it really shows. That energy and passion are contagious and can inspire others too. It's great that you're focusing on what feels right and aligns with your vision of a fun and exciting life. Keep following that path. You're definitely onto something special.
For sure. All right, thanks, man. That's all I got for this one. I'm going to keep it a little shorter. It's 13 minutes already. You got any nice final parting words to help people zone in on their unique ability?
Absolutely. I'd say trust your instincts and follow what excites you. Your unique ability is often found in what you love doing most. Keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. You've got this.
You got this.